I'm Ray Beam. If you've happened across my videos, I should make you aware that they are part of a class assignment in UAS 230 Aerial Photo Survey at Edgecombe Community College in Rocky Mount North and Tarboro, North Carolina. Some of the things we've looked at in this class have dealt with photogrammetry, light, recording, measurements. Photogrammetry comprises techniques concerned with making measurements of real-world objects and terrain features from images. Applications include measuring of coordinates, quantification of distances, heights, areas, and volumes, 3D topographical mapping, the extraction of 3D point clouds for surface reconstruction, the generation of digital elevation models, and orthophotographics. Structure from motion multi-view stereo couples computer, vision concepts, and algorithms with photogrammetry. All this is essential for you as a professional SFAP planning and flying a survey mission, and then producing photos of specific objects, terrain, vegetation types, and even conducting measurements of specific changes over time. However, to ensure survey quality accuracy, you need ground control points utilizing things like RTK, GNSS, and software capable of performing the necessary algorithm calculations, especially depending on what spectral ranges are required, from near ultraviolet, visual, to near infrared bands. To accomplish your small format aerial photography, you need to start off with the correct camera, the lens, the filters. Of course, deciding on which of the 7 unmanned photo platforms is best for the specifications and meet the legal requirements and regulations for the country you're flying in. You may choose a tethered kites, helium blimps, or hot air balloons, or untethered fixed-wing UAS, multicopters such as quadcopters, or multicopters such as hexacopters, or vertical takeoff and landing UAS. If all you want as a small format aerial photographer is to take great photos of weddings or real estate or for recreation, then composition is the key. Using a high megapixel camera with a large sensor on your drone that has a 3-axis stabilized gimbal. The basic elements of photographic composition begins with color or gray tone variations. The visual objects are defined by size, the shape, the textures, the patterns, and the contrast. Oblique and vertical views. Position of the horizon is the most important visual element of the picture. Horizon must be near level and not tilted. The rule of thirds applies, for the horizon should always appear 1/3 from the top to the bottom of the photo and no more. Usually the sky is not important, so the horizon is better placed near the top to give more emphasis on the ground features and minimize empty spaces of the clouds. Vertical SFAP creates an alienation effect to viewers not accustomed to working with images like maps or air photos or satellite images, so it's best to stick with some oblique. First-person viewing, called video piloting, is routine in UVS. Images are transmitted to the video monitor so you can allow for the real-time viewing for adapting the image composition, obviously being very aware of the time of day, the lighting, and the shadows. Photographic composition has to do with the subjective reaction of people who view and interpret the image. Combining multiple visual elements creates the most dramatic photos for the aesthetic point of view. Compositional balance refers to the placement and relatively visual impact of the objects in the picture. Good composition makes the difference between a useful visual recording or an image that immediately conveys to the viewer an explanatory synthesis about the making of the landscape or nature of the geomorphic process. Good photographic technique is identical regardless of the camera used. Remember, the human eye quickly scans images for bright colors, especially red, high contrast linear features, and geometric shapes, and you'll do well. So keep it in the air. The sky's the limit. Well, actually, with a drone, it's 400 feet AGL, and with exceptions, you can fly legally higher. Thank you.